Morning, freshmen. It's Algebra 1, ALEKS assignment number 2. This should be for Tuesday, April 21st. And today's assignment is all about distributive property. Most of you are pretty good at this, but I'm going to walk you through about 5 of these anyway. Remember, distributive property, like if we look at number 1, is this one, and you're going to multiply it to that one. And then you'll multiply it to the next one. Now you're done with that 3a, and you need to then take and multiply the -1 and the -1 again. It's very important that you do not forget signs because that is where a lot of errors will happen. So we are going to walk through 5 of these together. We are going to start with number 2. Number 2, if you read the directions right up there, she says, also, on problems that look like x plus 2 squared, make sure to write them twice. So even though it doesn't show you that in the problem, you need to make sure that you write it a second time so that you can multiply. Your first step is y times y, so that is y squared. Your second one is y times -7, so it's minus 7y. Now, if you remember anything from Mrs. Hurst's math, you will know that I always encourage you to stack them on top of each other. So -7 times y is -7y. And then -7 times -7 is a positive 49. Now you can add them straight down. Y squared plus nothing is y squared. If you owe me 7 y's and you borrow 7 more, you are now in debt 14 y's plus 49. Final answer. Almost all of these will have 3 terms as your final answer. If they do not, then you might have made an error somewhere. So make sure you check that. You should almost always have 3 terms. Not all of them, but most. Okay, number 3 is a good example of something where you won't have 3 terms. That one, your like terms in the middle will cancel each other out. So that one will be a 2-term answer. Now let's look at number 4 because this is where a lot of you were making mistakes in class. We are going to take this whole entire term out here and we are going to multiply it once, twice, 3 times. And remember, when you multiply like bases, you add the exponents. So we're going to multiply the numbers, we're going to add the exponents, and let's just go ahead and give this a shot. -2 times +3 is going to give you a -6. I have 1 a here, no a's here, so I'm just going to move my a out. 2 c's, 5 c's, so 5 plus 2, I now have 7 c's. Okay, I'm done with the first one. To help you with this, I'm going to go to the next one and we're going to do it in a different color. All right, -2 times +6 gives you -12. I have 6 A's and 1 A, so I now have 7 A's. I have 2 C's and no C's, so my 2 C's carry through. And then we have our final set of multiplication, and this one is nice and easy because there are no variables next to that 7. So -7 times -2, that's going to give you a positive 14, and then again you have no variables back here, so you just use those. So AC squared. Now if you look, AC to the 7th, a to the 7th, c squared, ac squared. None of those are like terms. That is your final answer. All right, move on to page 2. Number 5. Again, you have a plus and a minus. Your x's have the same number. Your y's have the same number. So this will be a 2-term answer because your middle ones will cancel out. Number 6 will have 3 terms because you do not have like terms that will cancel each other out. Let's go ahead and work on number 7 because it has lots of negatives, and I know that negatives are not always places where we succeed. So, first thing, -3b times 7b. So -3 times 7, -21. B times b is b squared. Then you're going to take negative 3b times 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15b. Okay, we are done with the 3. So now we want to jump over to this negative 5. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35b. And then, sorry, my cup is a little big for holding my camera. Negative 5 times positive 5 is negative 25. You don't add those, they don't cancel out. Then you have to combine like terms. So you get negative 21b squared. You borrowed 15, you borrowed 35, so you now owe me 50 b's, and then minus 25. That one is your final answer for number 7. Number 8 will have a 3-term answer. So will number 9. Let's try number 10 again because it's one of those where we're going to write it twice because it's nice. So 3w plus 8v. Then you're going to take 3w times 3w. That is 9w squared. 3w times 8v. 3 times 8 is 24. wv. All right. Then we're going to go to the 8v, and we are going to multiply it by 3w. And guess what? We're going to get 24wv again. Doesn't matter. You can put the letters in either order. Since we did wv on the first one, we do wv on the second one. Otherwise, sometimes we will miss that they are like terms. Then you're going to take 8v times 8v. 8 times 8 is 64. V times v is v squared. Now we're going to add down. You're going to get 9w squared plus 48wv or vw. It does not matter. Sorry, you can't see that. It does not matter which way you wrote it. We usually encourage alphabetical order, so vw would be more accurate. However, we just did it in the order of the problem, so however you have it, either way will be fine. Just don't write it both ways. Plus 64 v squared. That's your final answer on number 10. On the last page of this week's assignment, we're going to jump all the way down to number 15 because I think that's where you'll probably make the most mistakes. On this one, you have a 3-termer times a 2-termer. I'm going to rewrite this problem because I think you will make fewer mistakes. So you have 6y plus 4. And you are going to multiply that by 3y squared plus 5y minus 2. Because that way you only have to distribute twice instead of 3 times. And who remembers the property that we do that allows us to switch that? If we switch the order of things, somebody say commutative? That is correct. If you didn't, you'll get it next time. Okay, so we're going to take 6y, and he's going to go to 3 different places. So 6 times 3 is 18. I have 1y and 2 y's, so now I have y cubed. 6 times 5 is 30. 1y and 1y, I have y squared. And then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12y. Okay, we are done with that 6y. Now we're going to jump over and do the 4. And he is also going to go to all 3 places. So 4 times 3 is 12y squared. So make sure you line that up correctly. It goes underneath the 30, 12y squared. 4 times 5y, that's going to give me a 20y. And 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So now we can add straight down. 18y cubed plus 42y squared plus 8y. Be careful there. You have 20 y's. You take away 12, that the 20 is bigger, so your answer will be positive, and you do subtraction between those two. And then minus 8. So your final answer has 4 terms, and it should look like that. If you have questions on any of the other problems, give me a yell, and I will be happy to help.